The woman had just given birth to a baby, but her husband was very angry, believing that the child would only become a burden to them. It turned out that since childhood, they had both been trapped on an uninhabited island. Although they had survival skills, they knew nothing about basic physiological needs. When the baby cried loudly from hunger, all they could do was feed him fruit. But when the woman held the baby in her arms, they both suddenly understood something. Gradually, the man began to accept the newborn. On this deserted island, however, the most important survival skill was the ability to swim. Under the careful supervision of his parents, the baby, just 2 months old, was already able to move freely in the water. But misfortune still struck. One day, the family was preparing for a sea journey. The woman fell asleep while waiting for her husband in the boat. Suddenly, the baby pushed an oar into the sea. Only then did she realize that the boat had begun drifting away. Seeing the oar floating in the water, she quickly called her husband. He immediately dove into the sea, but just as he grabbed the oar, a huge crocodile suddenly appeared nearby. It seemed it would only be a moment before he would become its dinner. With all of her strength, the woman threw the other oar into the water, allowing the man to return safely to the boat. But the crocodile kept circling close by. The couple didn't dare enter the water again to retrieve the oar, and all they could do was let the boat drift. Without food or water, they didn't know how long they could survive.